Hey everyone, welcome to another installment of Harry Potter Theory. Today we'll be discussing everything you need to know about Remus Lupin and Sirius Black's friendship. Although neither Remus nor Sirius are central characters in the Harry Potter series, in the same way that Harry, Ron, Hermione, or even Dumbledore are, they are certainly among some of the most well-known wizards within the franchise. And while each of them laid claim to being best friends with Harry's departed father, James Potter, there's not too much focus on the duo's friendship with each other, which is what we'll be focusing on in today's video. Remus Lupin and Sirius Black met in their first year at Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry, and although Lupin was a bit of an outsider due to the fact that he was secretly a werewolf, he was befriended by the charismatic James Potter, the extroverted Sirius Black, and the rather quiet Peter Pettigrew. Upon discovering Lupin's secret, the three other students banded around Remus and worked diligently to become animagi so that they could transform into animals alongside Lupin with each full moon. Throughout the years, the four boys remained the closest of friends, naming themselves the Marauders and creating the Marauders Map, a magical item that allowed them to see everyone in the castle and get up to a fair bit of mischief. Aside from their adventures as the Marauders, however, Sirius and Remus seemed to differ greatly in their overall behavior. As Harry discovered during one of his own stints in detention, his father and Sirius both often found themselves in detention as well. Remus, on the other hand, was made a prefect in his 5th year at school. Of course, this draws a direct dichotomy between the two, not to mention the indication that James and Sirius seemed like closer friends. It also makes one wonder if Remus harbored any jealousy or resentment when it came to James and Sirius's friendship. After all, this seemed to be the case with Peter Pettigrew. Which brings us to the next stage of their relationship. After graduating from Hogwarts, it was not long before Voldemort's first rise to power became undeniable, and by 1981, all four of the Marauders, including Remus and Sirius, had joined Dumbledore's secret society, the Order of the Phoenix, in an effort to help oppose the Dark Lord. However, as it was discovered that someone within the Order was leaking information to Voldemort, many members began to suspect one another, including both Remus and Sirius, which obviously greatly impacted their friendship. As a result, Sirius went on to convince James and Lily Potter that they should change their secret keeper from himself to Peter, as he believed Remus, or someone else close to them in the Order, was the mole. Of course, this backfired dreadfully, as Pettigrew was the real double agent, who ended up betraying the Potters and framing Sirius for his crimes. This led to Remus believing that Sirius was the traitor, distancing the two former Marauders even further. It wasn't until a decade later, when Remus sees Peter Pettigrew on the Marauders Map, that he finally believes that Sirius was wrongfully accused. When the truth is finally revealed regarding Sirius's innocence in the Prisoner of Azkaban, the friends embrace each other once more. While it's unknown exactly how much time they spent together between their reunion and Sirius's death just 2 years later, there are some theories regarding their relationship. In fact, many fans believe that these two were actually romantically involved, with many fans speculating on a ship they've dubbed Wolfstar. The rumors behind this relationship were further fueled by how the director of the film adaptation of The Prisoner of Azkaban guided the performance of David Thewlis, who played Remus Lupin in the movies. According to an interview Thewlis gave to Entertainment Weekly, Alfonso Cuarón, in the rehearsals, without J.K. Rowling's knowledge, told me that my character was, in fact, gay. Speculation around Remus's feelings for Sirius and vice versa were also supported by the fact that when Sirius was living at his ancestral home of 12 Grimmauld Place after his escape from Azkaban, so was Remus. Of course, the two of them may simply have been living there to keep one another company in a safe place during Voldemort's second rise to power. On a personal level, I don't think that these rumors bear much merit. I mean, Remus went on to marry Nymphadora Tonks, not Sirius. And with that, we've come to the end of today's video. What did you think? Do you think I missed anything important about Remus and Sirius's relationship? Please share your thoughts in the comments below, and as always, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like it and subscribe to the channel. Until next time, remember, it does not do to dwell on dreams and forget to live